Hey guys, Ryan here from Nazarene Inspirations. And the Spirit really has been pressing me to share some information that I've put together, so I'm just going to jump right in. This is our Adonai Yahusha speaking. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them ye shall scourge in the synagogues, and persecute from the city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of the righteous Havel until the blood of Zachariah and Berechiah, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Amen, I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this nation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you that kill the prophets, and stone them, which are sent to you. How often would I have gathered your children together, even as hen gathers her chickens upon her wings, and ye would say, Blessed is he that comes in the name of Yahuwah. So why did they kill the prophets? Well, I've tied together what the prophets are saying to Deuteronomy 28, which is the curses for not doing Torah. So here it goes. Yahuwah shall cause you to be smitten before your enemies, and you shall go out against them one way and flee 7 ways before them. And you shall be removed in the kingdoms of the earth. Deuteronomy 28:25. Okay, and we have that quoted in Lamentations. Yahuwah has done that which he devised, and he fulfilled his word, and he commanded in the days of old. He has thrown down and not pitied, and he has caused your enemy to rejoice over you. He has set up a horn of your adversaries. Lamentations 2:17. And we have here in Deuteronomy 28:26. And your carcass shall be meat unto the fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. Deuteronomy 28:26. Here we have it quoted in Jeremiah. And the carcass of his people shall be meat for the fowls of the heavens, and for the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away. Jeremiah 7:33. Jeremiah quotes it again in Jeremiah 19:7. And I will make void the counsel of Yahuwah and Jerusalem in this place, and I will cause them to fall by the sword before their enemies, and by the hands of them that seek their lives. And their carcass will I give to be meat for the fowls of the heavens and for the beasts of the earth. So he's quoting Deuteronomy 28. He's saying, you haven't done the Torah, so this is what's going to happen. Okay, now we have Deuteronomy 28:29. Yahuwah shall smite you with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And you shall grope at noonday, and blind as the blind gropes in darkness. And you shall not prosper in your ways. And you shall be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save you. Deuteronomy 28-29. Here we have it quoted by the prophet Joel. And I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahuwah, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Here we have it quoted by Job. They grope in the darkness without light, and he makes them stagger like drunken men. And here we have it quoted by Isaiah. We grope for the wall like the blind, and we grope as if we had no eyes. We stumble at noonday, as in the night. We are in desolate places as dead men. Here we have Deuteronomy 28:30. You shall betroth a woman, and another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, and you shall not dwell therein. You shall plant vineyards, and not gather the grapes thereof. Deuteronomy 28:30. Here we have it quoted by the prophet Jeremiah. Therefore I will give their women unto others, and their fields to them that shall inherit them. Here we have it quoted by Zephaniah. Therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. Here we have it quoted by Amos. For as much, therefore, as your treading is upon the poor, and ye take from the burdens of wheat, ye have built houses and hewn stone, but you shall not dwell in them. And you have planted pleasant vineyards, but you shall not drink the wine thereof. Okay, here we have another curse of Deuteronomy in 28:38. You shall carry much seed out into the field, and shall gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. Here we have Haggai quoting it. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Here we have Isaiah quoting it. Ye 10 acres of vineyard shall yield 1 bath, and the seed of the omer shall yield an ephah. Here we have Deuteronomy 28:39. You shall plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink the wine nor gather the grapes. The worms shall eat them. Deuteronomy 28:39. Here we have the prophet Amos. When your gardens and your vineyards and your fig trees and your olives are increased, the palmer worm devoured them. Yet have ye not returned unto me, says Yahuwah. That's the prophet Amos. Here we have Deuteronomy 28:40. Ye shall have olive trees throughout your coast, but you shall not anoint yourself with the oil, for your olive shall cast his fruit. Deuteronomy 28:40. Here we have the prophet Habakkuk quoting from there. The labor of the olive tree shall fail, and the fields shall yield no meat. Deuteronomy 28:41. You shall beget sons and daughters, but you shall not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. And here we have the very same thing happening in 1 Baruch when Jerusalem was taken by Babylon. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. So they disregarded Torah. Their children were taken into captivity, just as Yahuwah had said in Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28:49 through 50. Yahuwah shall bring a nation against you from afar, from the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies. A nation whose tongue you shall not understand. Nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And here we have the prophet Joel drawing on that. For a nation is come upon my land, strong and without number, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion, and he has the teeth of a great lion. This is out of Jubilees. This is written by the angels. And he will wake up against them the sinners of the other nations, who have neither mercy nor compassion, and who shall respect the person of none, neither old nor young, nor anyone. For they are more wicked and strong to do evil than all the children of men. And they shall use violence against Yasharel, and transgression against Yaakov. And much blood shall be shed upon the earth, and there shall be none to gather and none to bury. Jubilees 23:23. Here we have Deuteronomy 28:52 through 53. And he shall besiege you in all your gates until your high and fenced walls come down, wherein you trusted, throughout all your land. And he shall besiege you in all your gates throughout all your land, which Yahuwah Eloheka has given you. And you shall eat of the fruit of your own body, the flesh of your sons and your daughters, which Yahuwah Eloheka has given you, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith your enemies shall distress you. And here we have it happening in 2 Kings. They disregarded Torah, and they were in a siege. And the very thing happened. And there was a great famine in Shomron. And behold, they besieged it, until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and 1/4 part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. And as the king of Yasharel was passing by upon the wall, they cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my Adonai, O king. And he said, If Yahuwah do not help you, whence shall I help you? Out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, What ails you? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give your son, and we shall eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her the next day, Give your son, that we may eat him. And she hid her son. That's 2 Kings 6:25 through 29. And Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, said that the last days people would be so hungry they would eat their own children. They'd cut their own arm off and eat it and won't be satisfied. So this is coming on all who rebel against Torah. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters. And they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege of straitness, wherewith their enemies, and they shall seek their lives, shall straiten them. That's Jeremiah. And now go to, I will tell you, what will I do to my vineyard? I will take away the hedges thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and breaken down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And we have 2 Baruch. And now, my brethren, I make known unto you that when the enemy has surrounded the city, The angels of El Elyon were sent, and they overthrew the fortifications of the strong wall, and they destroyed the firm iron corners, which could not be rooted out. The same things happened to the United States. They're in open rebellion against Torah, against everything that Yahuwah stands for, so his hedge of protection has been taken away, and now we're vulnerable to attack. And the withholding of rain and the famines which occurred until women eat the fruit of their own wombs, and that's in 2nd Baruch. That happened to Jerusalem because they disregarded Torah. Deuteronomy 28:60. Moreover, he will bring upon you all the diseases of Mitzrayim which you were afraid of, and they shall cleave unto you. And this actually happened again in Revelation. Here it is in Amos. I have sent among you the pestilence after the manner of Mitzrayim. And we have Psalms. My enemies speak evil of me. When shall he die, and his name perish? And if he come to see me, he speaks vanity. His heart gathers iniquity to itself. He goes abroad, he tells it. All that hate me whisper together against me. Against me do they devise my hurt. An evil disease. Say they cleave fast unto him. And now that he lies, he shall rise no more. Okay, here we have Deuteronomy 28:64. And Yahuwah shall scatter you among the people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there you shall serve other Elohim, which neither you nor your fathers have known, even wood and stone. And that's where we're at now, because our fathers disregarded Torah, and so we're still in dispersion. Yasharel is in dispersion in every tribe, tongue, and nation. And so here's a couple promises that when they disregarded Torah, that they would be scattered. It's in Jeremiah. The prophet Jeremiah said, I will scatter them among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, and I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them. And then here you have in Jeremiah, I will scatter them as with the east wind before the enemy. I will show them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity. And then here you have the prophet Zechariah. But I scattered them with a whirlwind among the nations, whom they knew not. Thus the land was desolate after them, that no man passed through nor returned, for they laid the pleasant land desolate. Here we have the prophet Ezekiel. Notwithstanding the children rebelled against me, and they walked not in my statutes, neither guarded my judgments to do them. Which if a man do, he shall even live in them. They polluted my Sabbaths. Then I said, I would pour out my fury upon them, to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness. Nevertheless, I withdrew my hand and wrought for my name's sake, that it should not be polluted in the sight of the heathen, in whose sight I brought them forth. I lifted up my hand unto them also in the wilderness, that I would scatter them among the heathen, and disperse them through the countries, because they had not executed my judgments, but had despised my statutes, and had polluted my Sabbaths, and their eyes were after their fathers' idols. Here we have another reason why the wrath from Deuteronomy 28 comes is for disregarding his Sabbath. The Sabbath was a sign between him and his people throughout all generations, and to disregard it is to bring on the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Here we have a book of Luke. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down by the other nations until the time of the other nations be fulfilled. And that's what we're waiting on, for the times of the other nations to be fulfilled, so we can be regathered for those who honor the Torah. Here we have in James, Yaakov, a servant of Elohim, and of Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Everybody agrees that James is scripture, but it's to the 12 tribes that are scattered. It's not to some 13th tribe called the church. It's to the 12 tribes. For we have sinned before Yahuwah and disobeyed him, and have not hearkened unto the voice of Yahuwah Eloheinu, to walk in the commandments that he gave openly. Since the day that Yahuwah brought our forefathers out of the land of Mitzrayim unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto Yahuwah Eloheinu, and we have been negligent in hearing his voice. Wherefore the evils cleaved unto us, and the curse which Yahuwah appointed by Moshe his servant, at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Mitzrayim, to give us a land that flows with milk and honey, like as to see this day. Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of Yahuwah Eloheinu, according to all the words of the prophets whom he sent unto us. But every man followed the imagination of his own wicked heart, to serve strange Elohim, and to do evil in the sight of Yahuwah Eloheinu. Therefore Yahuwah has made good in his word which he pronounced against us, and against our judges that judged, Yasharel, and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Yasharel and Yahudah, to bring upon us great plagues such as never happened under the whole heaven. And it came to pass in Jerusalem, according to the things that were written in the Torah of Moshe, that a man should eat the flesh of his own son and the flesh of his own daughter. Moreover, he has delivered them into subjection to all the kingdoms that are round about us, to be as a reproach and a desolation among all the people round about, where Yahuwah has scattered them. Thus we were cast down and not exalted, because we have sinned against Yahuwah Eloheinu, and have not been obedient unto his voice. To Yahuwah Eloheinu appertains righteousness, but unto us to our fathers open shame, as appears this day. For all these plagues are come upon us, which Yahuwah has pronounced against us. Yet have we not prayed before Yahuwah, that we might turn every one from the imagination of his wicked heart. Wherefore Yahuwah watched over us for evil, and Yahuwah has brought it upon us. For Yahuwah is righteous in all his works which he commanded us, yet we have not hearkened to his voice, to walk in the commandments of Yahuwah. He has set us that he has set before us. That's from 1 Baruch, and it's pretty much the same thing in Daniel 9:11 through 15. Yea, all Yasharal have transgressed your Torah, even by departing they might not obey your voice. Therefore the curse is upon us, the oath that is written in the Torah of Moshe, that be Deuteronomy 28. The servant of Elohim, because we have sinned against him, and we have confirmed his words, which he spoke against us, and against our judges, and against that judge us, by bringing upon us great evil. For under the whole heaven has not been done as he has done upon Jerusalem, as it is written in the Torah of Moshe. All the evil has come upon us. Yet made we not our prayer before Yahuwah Eloheinu, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand your truth. Therefore Yahuwah watched upon the evil and brought it upon us. For Yahuwah Eloheinu is righteous in all his works, which he does, for we obeyed not his voice. And now Adonai Eloheinu, that has brought your people forth out of the land of Mitzrayim with a mighty hand, and has gotten you renown. At this day we have sinned and done wickedly. And that's the shape that the whole world is in right now. They're in open rebellion against the Torah, and if they don't repent and follow Father's ways, then they're going to suffer the wrath of Deuteronomy 28. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you found it informative. And if you agree with me that this information needs to be shared, I pray that you would share this with others. Shalom.